Hello, how are you today? I hope you're well. My name is Harry, and this is the Learn English with British Harry podcast. So let me know in the comments how you are feeling today. It's always good practice to write in the comments. Now, don't worry about your grammar, vocabulary, because this is all good practice. Now, this podcast is designed to help you to be immersed in real native British English. I am British. I was born and raised in London. I'm also a British English teacher. I have taught thousands of students from all around the world for many years. And I find that being immersed in English is one thing that can really help you to improve your natural English. Because just through osmosis, by hearing new vocabulary, hearing the rhythm of speech, you're able to absorb English. So these podcasts are designed in a way that you can watch them whenever you want to. And let me know, what are you doing when you are listening to the podcasts? Are you at the gym? Are you going for a walk? Are you walking your dog? Are you cleaning the house? For me, I love to listen to podcasts when I have to clean the house or wash the dishes. I find that it makes the time go by much faster and I can improve myself at the same time. So what has been going on in your life recently? There's no breaking news that I have to share about myself. Apart from that, I cut my hair recently. Now, since lockdown, I've been cutting my own hair. I do venture out to the barbers once in a while, but most of the time I cut my own hair. And at first, this felt like it would be very daunting. I was quite apprehensive, but I had no choice. I had to cut my hair. So I began researching, looking on YouTube, and one of the best investments was buying a 3-way mirror. This thing is fantastic. It's like magic. So you hang it on the back of your bathroom door, you open it out, and you have a mirror facing in front of you, and one mirror to either side. One on your left, one on your right. And you can check to make sure that you are cutting your hair correctly. And I also bought a headband. So it goes on the top of your head, goes around your head like this. This way, when you are cutting your hair, I use a normal beard trimmer that has a guard attachment on the top. And so when you are cutting your hair, you make sure you don't go up too high. So when I cut my hair, it's nothing fancy. It's your bog standard haircut that I have for myself. And I find it very easy to manage, very easy to do. It can take me 15 to 20 minutes and I'm done for the week. So it's quite a nice experience to be able to cut your own hair. So this topic actually opens up so many more subtopics. We can talk about grooming. We can talk about male grooming, female grooming. Now, sticking to hair, how often do you go to the barbers? Or if you are a lady, how often do you go to get your hair cut? How is that experience? In the past, I used to go around once a week. And it was a nice experience because sitting there, having your hair cut, it's nice when someone else does something for you. It's similar to cooking. I do enjoy cooking. But sometimes, I don't know why, but for some reason, the food tastes better when someone else cooks the food and you can just eat the food. So sometimes when someone else does something for you, it can make that experience better. So when I cut my hair, I use the standard beard trimmer. It's very quick and easy. And then I would use a pair of scissors to finish off the rest. And for my needs, I think it's fine. I'd also trim my beard at the same time. Again, nothing fancy. If I had this done at the barbershop, it would be an extra expense. So a nice English exercise is to always think about the pros and the cons of anything. And this is a fantastic exercise to improve your English, because you can start to have a conversation with yourself in your head, and you can pick up new vocabulary as well. So if we think about cutting your own hair, what are some of the pros? Well, firstly, you have convenience. I love this word. This word is so powerful. If we think about anything that humans do in their lives, it's about convenience. Why do we have a car instead of using the bus? It's for convenience. Why do we order food or things online? It's for convenience. So when you cut your own hair at home, it's so convenient. You don't have to make an appointment. You don't have to queue. You don't have to give up your time. So if I went to the barbershop, I'd have to drive or walk there, wait. Depending on how busy it is, it determines how long I have to wait, and then having to travel back home. So sometimes it can take up to an hour or more. So I can save that time, and it makes it very convenient to cut my hair when I want to. If I want to cut my hair at 2 o'clock in the morning, no, I wouldn't do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. But if I wanted to, I could. It's the same premise with 24-hour gyms. You can go to the gym whenever you want to, and having that freedom is very, very attractive. So that's one aspect, the convenience. It fits into your schedule. It saves you time. Now, some other example sentences you can use with convenience is, this shop is very convenient because it's close to my house. So maybe you have a shop or a supermarket and it's close to your house, and it could make living where you live better and more convenient, because maybe you live close to the tube or train or transport system. So these things can improve your quality of life. Ordering food online is convenient when you are busy. If you're working very hard or working long hours, being able to order food, and this could be groceries or it could be takeaway food, so it can be very convenient. You could also say, is tomorrow a convenient time for you to meet? Maybe you are in a business setting and you want to arrange a meeting. Rather than saying, can we meet tomorrow, saying, is tomorrow a convenient time? It's a more polite way to see if the other person is available. Now, cutting your own hair is also cheaper. You can save so much money. How much do you pay for a haircut or when you go to the hairdresser? Now, also, what is the difference between a barber and a hairdresser? Because men can also go to the hairdresser. In my experience, I found that a barber shop, they have more experience and expertise in cutting men's hair. If you want something a bit fancier, maybe something where scissors are needed more often to add more texture or layers, then you can go to a hairdresser. So the prices in London have increased. I think if you go into central London, it's not unheard of to pay upwards of £20. The further out you go, the cheaper it can become. And sometimes you can find a haircut for about £10, but that will be your standard haircut. If you want to add something else to it, for example, a skin fade, or if scissors are used, then that can increase the price to about £15. So if you are going once a week, this cost can add up, especially over the course of a year or 5 years and 10 years, and you think about how much money you are actually spending. So the price can increase. And also, if you get your beard cut, that can add to the price. And often when you are there at the barbershop, they can upsell you on certain things. Maybe you're there and you're relaxed and the barber says to you, do you fancy having a steam mask or also having your hair washed? And you say, okay, why not? Go on then, as I'm already here. So that can increase the cost. And over the course of time, you can see that it can be a substantial amount. So you can save a lot of money. It's very convenient. Now, what are some of the pros of going to a hairdresser? I think the environment can be very nice. It's very relaxing to get your hair cut. It can feel like an experience, like a treat. And they are professionals, so they do a better job than you would because they've had many years of experience. They can see your hair from all angles. So they can give you a better haircut than you would. So you could say, okay, the price is justified. And you are also supporting them because they have a job to do. So going to the barbers, they are earning a salary, they are contributing to the community. So it's a good thing. And being in that environment is quite nice because you get to relax. And also having your hair cut can be quite a personal experience because they are in your private space, touching your head or your face. So it can be quite personal. And sometimes your barber can end up being your therapist. So you can offload about things that are going on in your life, or you can just have a small chit chat and you're having that human contact with someone else. So let me know, what do you think? Do you think that it's better to go to a professional and get your hair cut or do it at home? I think for me personally, I've seen the cost savings, the convenience, it outweighs the other things. But each to their own. It will be good to know, what do you think? And if we think about grooming as a bigger topic, this market has exploded, especially in the men's area where you have so many products now. You have so many face creams that you can use. I do use a face cream and I find that it helps to hydrate my skin. But apart from that, I don't really do much else. I know you can have things like threading. You could thread your eyebrows, for example, which is more popular with women, but it is available for men. Having things like skin fades is very popular. I don't think I've quite mastered the art of the skin fade, but I've watched some YouTube videos and I've practiced using no guard and then a guard on the first and the third or fourth setting and trying to blend the hair together. So you can have things like a shave with a hot towel and having a closer shave. So it could mean that you have to go longer until the next shave. My facial hair I'm quite happy with because it's also low maintenance. I just use a beard trimmer and then would shave the bottom and the sides. And it's quite easy. I think over the years I've had various styles. With women, I think they are able to style their hair in different ways. For example, coloring their hair, different cuts, and different styles. But with men, there aren't that many options. So when it comes to facial hair, you can be clean shaven. You could have a goatee. You could have a soul patch. You could have sideburns. And over the years, I've gone through the goatee, the soul patch, and then the beard. I've had a long beard at one stage, and was grooming that, but I found that to be too much maintenance as well. I even had beard oil that I would use to moisturize, and a beard comb that came in a fancy bag. So what is your current style, and does it show your personality? I think it can do. I think it can show your personality. Sometimes life can get a bit boring, so it can be nice to switch it up a little bit, try something different. But I think at my point in life where I value convenience, for me, it's just quick and easy, and something I value time. So it's something which is very quick to do. How often would you say that you laugh or smile? Is it rarely? Is it often? Do you think it's a good thing to laugh and smile as much as possible? Well, I have an interesting article for you here. If we look at the title, Fake Laughing Could Change Your Life. So already the title piques my interest. It seems quite interesting. Now, if we look at the picture, we can see two people. They're wearing police hats on their head. They seem quite happy and joyful. So it's already piqued my interest. I want to know, why are they so happy? In today's society, when we have things like the cost of living crisis, we have bills to pay, everything is very stressful, there aren't many reasons, well, obvious reasons to laugh. So we have to think about laughing and smiling, because to some people it may not come naturally. Maybe they're very stressed. So here, the old adage that laughter is the best medicine has become the mantra of a yoga teacher who believes even fake chuckles could change your life. So an adage is a short, wise saying that tells a basic truth or gives advice. For example, better late than never. This means that it's better to do something late than not at all. So, for example, if you are late for a lesson or if you are late for a meeting, yes, you won't feel brilliant that you're late, but it's better to attend and show up. And I think this is a good thing to think about, or a good lesson for life is it's better late than never. So for example, with this YouTube channel, I had been planning it for many, many years. And eventually I thought, okay, I just need to bite the bullet and do it. Clive St. James from Bath is a laughter yoga teacher who discovered at a young age that doing comedy impersonations helped his mother's chronic depression. Laughter releases endorphins known as feel-good hormones. and reduces stress hormones, he said. So the phrase feel-good hormones, you'll hear it quite often. Now, some examples are dopamine. So dopamine is known as the reward hormone. It makes you feel pleasure and motivation. Then we have serotonin. This helps with happiness and well-being. It also improves sleep and mood. Oxytocin, also called the love hormone, it helps with bonding and trust, especially in relationships. So these feel-good hormones, I think they are something which drive us as human beings. So dopamine, if you study really hard for an exam and you get a good grade, your body releases dopamine because you feel good, and that will motivate you to keep going. In today's society, we have things like social media where we can have instant gratification. You can pull out your phone and scroll through Instagram and you can feel good instantly. You can find a funny video. It can relieve stress. However, it's almost like cheap dopamine in a way because you haven't had to work for it. Then serotonin, I think this is really important. So this makes you feel calm and relaxed. If you have a nice long soak in the tub, or you go and watch a nice movie or take a nice stroll in the park, or if you're able to get down to the beach, and being in nature can really help you to feel relaxed so your body can release this serotonin. Oxytocin, when you spend time around people that you like, maybe friends or family, and you are giving them hugs, this can release oxytocin not only for you, but also for the other person. So I think it's something very important. It supercharges you. It's about having fun while you're exercising. Once you gain the basic skills, you can change someone's life, said Mr. St. James. Of course, it's yoga, so we all do the stretching exercises. Here, supercharges means to greatly boost or enhance something, making it much stronger, faster, or more effective. We know that's good for you and makes us stronger, more flexible, but we also want to become advanced breathers. We only laugh on the out breath, so this is a good way of getting rid of all of the stale air at the bottom of your lungs. That's quite interesting. So by laughing, he suggests that you are getting fresh oxygen into your body, you're getting rid of stale or old air, and this can only benefit you. It can make you feel better. Feel-good hormones. Though laughing therapy has been used for decades, laughing yoga was started by Dr. Madan Kataria, a doctor in Mumbai, India in 1995. After a number of trials, he discovered that our brains are unable to tell the difference between fake or real laughs. It's quite interesting. I think most people would notice the difference. It's the same thing between a fake smile and a genuine smile. But maybe if you are consumed with laughter, it could come across as being genuine. The brain doesn't know the difference between laughing for real or pretend laughing, said Mr. St. James. If someone tells you a joke, you have to decide if it's funny or if you've heard it before or if it's going to upset you. But if you laugh for no reason, you still get your daily dose of those lovely endorphins, he added. So I think he has a good idea here. The premise is good. To laugh more, I think you need to pick your moment though. You wouldn't want to go into a supermarket and just start laughing hysterically. I think people may think you're a bit strange, so I think you need to pick and choose where you try this. But here we can see the group They seem to be loving it. They seem to be really enjoying the laughter therapy. In 2023, a study presented at the European Society of Cardiology Congress and endorsed by the British Heart Foundation found that laughter therapy led to improvements in the heart and circulation. Wow. So this is very important because it's endorsed by something very professional. So this isn't just something that someone has just said. It's been backed up by real evidence. There are now more than 5,000 laughter clubs worldwide. According to the BHF, some doctors in Bristol offer laughing yoga to help improve their patients' well-being. Wow, I did not think that there would be that many laughter clubs around the world, but that's a large number. So I think it's excellent. I think the more that people can start laughing and learning to laugh, it can only help them, and it can only help everyone, because sometimes you feel like you have to wait for a reason to laugh, and it must be quite powerful to be able to create these endorphins and laugh whenever you want to and feel good and really enjoy life. So that's amazing. Mr. St. James has first-hand experience of the beneficial power of laughter after he started doing impersonations of the late comedian Tommy Cooper as a child to help with his mother's chronic depression. Tommy Cooper is a famous British comedian. He's famous for being a caricature and being quite outlandish. I would put a flower pot on my head. Tommy Cooper habitually wore a red fez when performing, and that made her smile. So a red fez is a type of hat here, and it's something out of the ordinary. So sometimes, in order to laugh, if you have a comedian that is out of the ordinary, it's a bit strange, and that coupled with the voice and the delivery of the joke can lead to laughter. It will take her out of this dark space, he said. So that's interesting. Because it's something so strange, he put a flower pot on his head. It's so unusual that it would break her out of her depression. Mr. St. James was also crowned the Guinness World Records fastest comedian for the last 8 years. This involves getting audiences to laugh within moments of the comedian arriving on stage. He now runs regular laughter yoga workshops with his wife, Jackie. So let me know, what did you think about this article? Did you find it interesting? Let me know if you feel going to one of these workshops would help you. Do you think it's a good thing that this is available for people? I personally think it is. I think it can only benefit people because in the world today, we have so much stress. So being able to laugh, whether it's genuine or fake, I think can only help and benefit your body. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.